So here's a little bit about a major concern that I had, and certainly most drivers who rely on Lyft for income would have about connecting your account to something else. So first of all, there's an API. If you don't know what that is, it's a method by which a software platform can connect to other software and communicate. Okay, the API is what is being used here for Skeddy to do what it does. The API is also used by other platforms. If you've ever picked up a medical ride of any kind where the person is getting transported to an appointment, those are through an API. There's others. Without putting on a tinfoil hat, I have speculated, I think correctly so, that in some markets, Lyft connects through an API to limousine companies to handle the majority of their Lux Black rides. But there's no way to prove that. So anyway, take a few Lux Black rides and talk to the drivers, though. See what you find out. Anyhow, so moving on with this topic, though. So back on Skeddy. So if you have questions about this, here's a few drivers. You already read this part. The guy's worried about what I just said. Well, what about the terms of service? Am I going to get deactivated? And here's some comments, okay? Guy's been on the fence for 2 years. He lost a lot of money because this app does what it does. I've never had a problem with my info being used. And here's another one. It does not violate TOS. Lyft knows about Skeddy. That's an actual true story. And then Miles here, who posted the original comment, says, did someone actually tell you that, or how do you know? Well, they're using the API within the parameters that the software developer for Lyft app has dictated, so they definitely are within the terms of service. And it's on their page. Lyft is aware of them and working with them, etc. So they're not violating any service, terms of service or anything like that. Anyway, so that's there's a lot of discussion back and forth. By the way, this guy, I'm pretty sure the guy that posted originally does use Skeddy now. This was a while back, and I'm pretty sure he got on there. What else? Mainly used to get airport rides. That's almost everybody. It's just, for me, I'll do another video on how I use it because I'm a Lux driver. So most of these rides are not like on a regular basis. I'm not going to stack my day with a bunch of non-Lux rides. That's not. There's no advantage to that for me because I have a Lux vehicle, but a Lux XL. But anyway, and Lyft doesn't provide scheduled pickups for Lux or XL in this market. So yeah. Anyway, it's a legit product, etc. Now there's even more. More comments back and forth on that. But anyway, somewhere in here I posted too, because here we go. I wish I'd read your post first, because I just posted the same question or an abbreviated version of it because I had the same concerns. This is all it looks like about 2 months ago now. So I've been on it for 2 months. There's drivers who have been on here for more than a year. You're not getting hacked. You're not violating the terms of service, period. That's the reality of it. Go to their website, use my link to go to their website, find out about it, and sign up. It's perfect system. Now, without going into a lot of detail of how I use it, if you are Lux or Lux Black, personally, the way I use it, and just real briefly, I'll explain what I do, is I just use it when I need to get a long distance somewhere for other stuff I got to do, usually. because I have errands I have to run out of state quite frequently. Don't get into all the details of that, but and then I also use it, by the way, when I start my evening. I live out in the suburbs, right? So when I start my evening, I'll set the app up to find me rides near me that are going more than $20 away from me on a regular Lyft. So that'll take me, almost always will end up with getting a nice ride downtown. Now, I will stack a few of those up, but then earlier, before that time, I'll go on in Lux XL only mode, and I'll usually end up deleting the ride that I got on Skeddy. So I've only used a really small number of credits. Like my credits, I bought 50 credits when I still had 5 because I knew I would want to use this. And the system at the time when I was experimenting with it, if it books you a ride, then it takes away your credits automatically. It gives them back to you if you don't do the ride, as long as you delete the ride from the app, from this app, not the Lyft app. So at the time, when I first got it, they give you 5 free credits, which is another reason you should just sign up and try it. You don't have to spend anything. I just went ahead and bought a 50 pack of credits. And as you can see, I've used 2 of my credits. That's it. And it's been 2 months. So I don't use it a lot, but it is worthwhile. It is beneficial, and it has benefited me on those 2 occasions. I took 2 rides using Skeddy credits. So anyway, I'm not going to beat a dead horse here. It's a great app. Now, if you're not Lux XL, it's a great app all day. You can stack your rides. You can literally change the parameters here as to where you want rides. You can see all these pins that I've dropped in different areas where I want the rides. Some of them are out of state. And that's the other thing. If you get a good scheduled pickup, immediately go in here and pick. Let's say I was getting one down in Richmond. Well, I might tap on this number 18 here that I set up a while back and try to get Skeddy to find me a decent ride in that area, because I want to come home from there after I do the scheduled pickup ride. And I've done this in advance where the ride was like the next day. And I've decided not to do the scheduled pickup to Richmond, Virginia, for instance, because Skeddy was unable to find me a ride paying more than, I put 40 usually, not 50, a ride paying more than, in fact, let me do that now. So in that case, I deleted it. Like I didn't do the other scheduled pickup that Skeddy had found me. It was like a higher dollar, like $200 ride, almost 200, because I was unable to locate a ride coming back my way. And as we know, most of those long rides way outside the area are not smart to do unless you have a reason to be in that area and or unless you have a ride coming back already set. So like this ride, for instance, some other driver did up into the New York, New Jersey area, like North Jersey-ish, above Trenton. That's North Jersey, right? So he took that ride. I wouldn't do that ride. I wouldn't, unless I knew I had one coming back, or unless I needed to be up in that area at that time for some reason. So anyway, I could talk all day about it. You're going to use it the way that makes the most sense for you. But it does benefit you to have this. You will get rides that are beneficial to you, because knowing in advance where a ride's going and when it starts provides quite an advantage to us as drivers. If you don't know that, I don't know. I could talk more about it with you if you want, but it's pretty smart. Anyway, it's a good app. Sign up for it. Use my link. Thanks.